I'm Andrew Zimmer. And today we're going to learn how to chiffonade and julienne. But the recipe that we're making are sweet potato and shrimp fritters. A classic Vietnamese street food, also found in other countries surrounding it as far south as the Philippines and in neighboring countries like Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand. I'm really excited about this one, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to add my dry ingredients into this bowl just to get them out of the way. I have ice water that will activate it into a batter, but this is rice flour, cornstarch, some turmeric, and ground white pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and we're gonna hold on our ice water, which we're gonna whisk and fold into a batter, which starts with tiny little dried shrimp. These will get all fried and crispy. These are small, salted little shrimp. To that, I'm going to add some scallion and some chili, along with julienne, sweet potatoes, and shrimp. The knife that I have selected to do this is this nakiri. It's a blunt nose chef knife. It's very sturdy, and when I choke up on it, if you'll notice with this knife, it's got the same thickness all the way across. So it's super, super stable. I am cutting by hand a very hard, crispy sweet potato. I don't want the knife to turn or slip. I want to use this all-purpose vegetable knife. That's what this knife is so good for. So first things first, I want to put some scallions into our batter. I am putting the nose of my knife on the board and holding my finger in the traditional claw pattern with my thumb back, my knuckles as my guide, and this finger tucked way back. I want all of that. It's gonna be delicious in these fritters. I have 2 red Thai chilies that are very spicy. I'm actually gonna use those. I'm gonna put those into the batter as well. If you can't find fresh Thai chilies, there's always a Serrano chili available in every single supermarket in America. And they are beautifully stunning and have about the same heat. First thing that I wanna do, and yes, these are washed and dried, and I like the skin on them because I love the flavor of the fried skin. Cutting through something that's 5 inches long, top to bottom, is more dangerous than cutting something that's 2.5 inches. So I am going to cut this in, I don't know, that looks like a pretty good 1/8 of an inch slice. It's small for a baton. It's at the outer edge of thickness to be a julienne. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we don't have discoloration and starch issues. I'm gonna put them right into ice water to firm up. And this, to me, for this fritter is sort of the perfect length and size. And I love using this knife because it is uniform in size. And if you notice, I'm pushing straight down. I can get the identical cut every time. And this is so stable, both because of my knife choice and the way I've portioned the pieces of sweet potato that I'm cutting. Sweet potatoes are starchy and they have sugars in them. Ice water gets them nice and crispy. It allows them to fry better. And it also gets rid of any excess starch. We have plenty of starch right here with the rice flour and cornstarch. Let's get to work on these. Shrimp. This shrimp is really big. This is a U16. Under 16 to a pound, right? I don't want to put whole shrimp to a fritter. How are you going to eat that? I'm going to cut the head off so that they're in the fritter, and then I'm going to devein them and cut those in half, discarding the tail and collar, which are big on this one, and let the rest of that shell sort of fry up in the fritter and be yummy and crispy. First thing that I want to do is take off the eyes and the head. It's got a lot of spiky pieces here. I don't want someone to bite into that. All the head fat and the yummy stuff is in there. So I want this piece to go into my fritter, and I'm just gonna repeat that with everything. I'm gonna use this same knife because it's perfect for it, nice and safe. Then this section has both meat on one side and all of that incredible head fat. That's gonna be the best bite on the fritter. So now I have 6 or 7 shrimp and I need to peel and devein them. It's a really, really simple job. I start around one side, always going from leg side first. Then the thickest piece of shell that's on the shrimp is this collar right here. It's thicker than the other pieces of shell here. The tail is very feathery. And so I just have to be very intentional. And let's see if these will pee-wee out. They do. Just give them a little jiggle and you'll get that beautiful tail meat. And at this point, all I need to do is make a cut around there. And you can see I even got the vein to come all the way out. And if you pull straight, you will get all of that objectionable piece. There's another way to do this, equally as preferable. Slide one piece of your kitchen shears in between the flesh and the shell and just peel. Super, super easy just to spread this and take that vein out. Why is that black vein a sign of quality? Because it shows me that this shrimp was really eating food. And now, I'm just gonna gently chop these because they are big meats. We're gonna add this to this mixture, give those a toss so they don't stick together. All right, I wanna put my large julienne of potato onto a towel to drip dry. It also allows me to shake away any ice cubes that are out there. And all I want to do is sort of gather this up into a little pyramid a couple times. And what's going to fall to the bottom? Water and ice cubes. I want to combine my starches and my dry seasonings evenly. And then I have this icy cold water. I'm not making Swedish pancakes. I don't want it too thin. What we do is you just combine this. Now, we just want this batter to be the glue that holds this together. So I'm just gonna put the whole kit and caboodle in there. You wanna make sure that your batter and your ingredients are used in proportion to each other. And I'm just gonna slide that baby in. I just wanna make sure I get enough shrimp and batter and all those other goodies on this one. I will fry 3 at a time. We do not agitate them. Little pieces that fly off are fine. These will take about 4 or 5 minutes to cook. They'll come out in little clumps. There'll be lots of little extra crispy bits. They're great for you to snack on. Now, we cook with our ears as much as any other sense. The quieting in that oil is the fact that moisture, which is what's making all that bubbling noise, is 75–80% evaporated. So as it quiets down is your sign that these are probably ready to come out. Meanwhile, let me take a standard knife, never cut into your hand, rotate this. These beautiful big outer leaves are the ones that I want. Shiso leaves. All I do is I cluster these around. I don't want you to yank out a big leaf. And I'm just gonna do a casual 1/8 of an inch chiffonade. This might be my favorite herb, Thai basil. And I am just going to cut these into chiffonade by rolling them. And again, same thing. And I'm actually gonna leave these mint sprigs whole and let people take little tips of mint. As you can see here, we have batter, we have head, we have little bits of shrimp, chili, and scallion. I want people to take a little bit of Thai basil, a little bit of shiso, tuck some scallion inside there, take some mint and put that in there, and then we'll put them all out on a tray and allow people to help themselves to the nuoc cham that we made earlier. I do like to put a little spoon out in people's nuoc cham so they can pour it on, and as they're eating it, it's sloppy and wonderful, and they can dip pieces in. This sweet potato and shrimp fritter is going to be one of your family favorites for a long time to come. The reason we love using proper technique and the right knife in tandem together, your recipes will turn out better, it's safer, and your food's gonna taste better.